A little chilly. Oh, God. How are you all doing? I'm doing good. Right, so next milestone. Base building. Concrete, plates, and rods. So at the end of the last stream, I seem to recall, yeah, we have concrete production going. We have plates and we have wires. Well, currently I think I'm doing rods. Okay. How's the power grid looking? Because let's see, so we're at 35 out of 40. Okay, so we're gonna have to start putting down additional biomass burners now if I want to do what I think I should do, which is to create another iron smelting line to make plates. And then eventually we'll do a third iron smelting line doing only screws. Oh, is that a slug? It is. But until we can build a lookout tower, I don't think I can get that slug without dying. Okay, so hello kitty cat. What's next? Copper is flowing in. Yeah, it is about expanding the power grid and keeping the power going and the iron smelting lines going. Do I have space here for this? I don't think so. It's going to look a little ugly. I've already got 4. Ah, see. Okay, so what we need to do then is to have. Let's see. Okay, so then the copper ore line. Let's get powered from here, and this is basically the power grid outflow line. And this becomes everything that we plug all the power into. Is it 4 already? Yeah, it is. Okay, so with that setup, I can only do 3 biomass burners, but we can figure that out in a little while. So we've got 200 biomass here. I think I need to bust out some more biomass by hand, which shouldn't take too long. And then, well, we've got a choice to make here now. We can get the next iron ore processing going. Is this going to add to that? It is. Not enough space in inventory. Okay. Or I could get my biomass production up and running. But I think I want to get those plates building because we're going to need a lot of plates. So 35 consumption with 70 capacity, so we are good for power at least. Let's see here. Miner. I think I'm gonna have to run it out here. So let's just go. Ugh, need plates. Please tell me you got some. Okay, good. Ingots. I need to throw all this iron ore into the iron ore storage vats. So this is taking in 30 and it's putting out 30. So does that mean that this would be remaining equal? Well, I suspect the miner is going to output 60. Correct. Okay, so what we need to do here, we need to build ourselves a little there. This is going to be, I dare say, a little ugly. Oh, for goodness sake, there's my plates. I made a load of plates. Oh, but then of course I spent all the plates by putting down that stuff. And after we've completed base building, I think that the next major tech upgrade I want to go for is obstacle clearing. Because the obstacle clearing with the chainsaw is going to allow me to supercharge my biomass production. Now what I tend to do is I spend a few minutes just cutting down trees and gathering thousands of leaves. I need to place this on a... Oh wait, that's a miner. I need a smelter. Then that's going to produce ingots. Do I really need another storage container? Probably not, but I'm kind of in the habit of doing it now, so I may as well. Yeah. Actually, I've got the 120 rods that I need, so I can switch this over now to plates. And then this one that we're building now will then become... What was I saying? Ooh, that's not in line. That's probably this tree, I reckon, that's messing it up. And this one will then do the rods. Assembler. Oh, crikey, reinforced. And more plates. The start in this game really is pretty tedious, but just gotta keep pushing. I need reinforced plates, 2 of them. I might keep banging these out here until I have enough to make 6 plates, reinforced iron plates, because I'm gonna need the assembler now to do the rods. Another one to do screws, but that can wait. And I need 2 for biomass production. 1 to process leaves and 1 to process wood. I need more screws here in a bit. Plates situation. 30 of them. Righto. Assembler. Wait, no, I didn't build that already. Just that one little tree is messing up the alignment. Now, power. I'm going to have to split the power of it. Because apparently everything's going in there. I've got 4 connections there, 2 connections off of this one. Can it reach all the way? It can, surprisingly. It's got power, so iron ore should start flowing soon. There we go. I kind of want to tighten up this bend though. That is just awful. If we do this like as a interim sort of like This now ought to be less revolting to look at. Well, not much, but there you go. Okay, iron ore goes in, builds up in here, comes into the smelter, which also needs to be plugged in. This should have added another 8 megawatts to the grid. I think it's 4 megawatts and 4, 5 and 4. Consumption up to 36. Alright, okay, so this now needs to produce rods. And honestly, I'm going to duplicate this with that third iron ore patch and just start getting screws busted out. But this takes in 15 ingots per minute, so actually this can be split pretty easily once we can do that. And then from one miner we can do rods and screws. So plates, concrete. I feel like what I need is signs to actually label these containers, but we're nowhere near getting that. What we need, just 9 more rods. And that's base building, which gives us foundations. Which then lets me put my foundations down and I can then build my power plant. Because I don't actually want to use the biomass burners that are on the hub. Hello? I'm not going to wait. Let's go build these roads directly. Excellent.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Alright, wetland plate. So finally, I can do foundations and ramps. For which I'm going to need loads of plates and concrete. I think I want to get started by building my power plant. Where should we build the power plant? I mean, the power plant is really just going to be a grid of like 5 or 6 biomass burners. And then these will run just in need. Actually, there's no reason to not run them. I mean, it's 40, essentially 3 megawatts, but... Okay, so I need foundation. 7 and ramp 8. Where to start though? Now bearing in mind this rock we're going to explode once we get explosives going. Should we just try to put down like a 4x4 section here? Build mode, default. How do you change build mode? Alt, Shift, B. Oh, thing's back. Okay, so as and when we need it now, we can just pop into these bins and pick up the resources. What wires?
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
I need more concrete faster. But let's pick the next milestone in the meantime. Okay, so tier 1 and tier 2 is now open. Jump pads, part assembly. So I kind of want to go straight for obstacle clearing. But is there anything here in tier 1 that I need? Splitter. The map. So it looks like in upgrade 6 You just get the map when you unlock field research. Because in build 5 it was brutal getting the map up. But let's go straight for obstacle clearing. But to do obstacle clearing, I'm going to need screw production. Which means making an even more convoluted mess here. Oh no, I forgot what I said earlier. I don't actually need second miner for screws. I can just put a splitter in here. Wires, plates. Okay, that'll be ready shortly actually. I'm going to keep laying foundations down while I let the resources build up a little. Okay, we said we're going to try a 4x4 to start. Maybe manage a 5. How does one change build mode? Options, key binding, open reload, change build mode. Oh, okay, so I think I want to be using Zoop. I saw Day 9 using it. Zoop lets you drag. Right, so that's going to be foundations of our power grid. Speaking of power, 118. Okay, we're doing all right. 117, 106. I'm going to look at the concrete production and see if I can't optimize some way. 45 in is a bit weird. So 45 becomes 15 a minute. Alright, Fleurus, you okay, mate? What's the output? It should be 60. $30 per minute, I see, okay. So I actually need to get another limestone miner going. The other limestone's on the other side of the base. So currently we're only producing 10 concrete per minute. Not great. Alright, Hat-Trick. XCOM very kindly moved load shedding a couple hours earlier. Okay, so... Ooh, clipping, don't like that. I'm not going to do this. I think what I want to do is run this right next to the other one. Other plates. So anyway, this second limestone one is going to run concurrently with this conveyor rail. Fleurus factory's going. It's I'm in that very slow startup phase. But yeah, good. Otherwise, going pretty good. We've got rods coming out of this assembler. Concrete, I'm bottlenecking on it a little bit, and that's why I'm trying to run this second bit of limestone. Wait, I don't need these wires, do I? Okay, I do. Build mode vertical. Oh, I think I could have pulled these up higher. No. You're watching YouTube videos about why XCOM can't deliver power. Yeah. Useless. Useless and corrupt. The South African combination. Okay, come back to that in a bit. I kind of just need some time for my resources to build up, so I think it might be a decent time to run around and grab some leaves and wood. So just to remind everyone what I'm thinking, this is going to be our mini biomass power plant. 5x5 grid with 5 biomass burners. Or 4, I think. I can probably put three onto a single power pole. So we'll either do 3 or 6 biomass burners. And then it's going to be 2 bins that I can throw leaves and wood into, which will feed into assemblers that will produce biomass, and those two will then join together into further assemblers that will turn the biomass to solid biomass. So that when I come back to the base from running around grabbing stuff, we just throw the wood in the wood bin, leaves in the leaf bin, and then when you need more power you go to the solid biomass bin, and you have loads of biomass. I feel like if I don't do that, if I don't make sure I get... Is this dude fucking juggling me? Motherfucker. Come over here. Better run. Whew, got him. So yeah, I find if I don't make that solid biomass production, you just spend way too much time running out and grabbing leaves and throwing them into biomass burners, like Day 9 was doing. He did so much stuff before getting his biomass production sorted. God, he's entertaining to watch. Okay, leaves, 517. I want to stick around till I get at least 1,000 leaves, I reckon. Wood, thank you. Such a nice little quality of life change that you can just hold down E rather than having to mash E. Oh yes, and my little power plant will eventually have batteries in it as well. So I don't know how the power tech tree has changed in build 6, but I know that in build 5 it took ages to get to coal power, and you need quite a lot of resources to be able to ferry the coal and the water. His Amnesia playthrough, I must watch that. I think, but out of all of Day 9 stuff that he's done, his abandoned playthrough of Subnautica made me the most sad, because I loved watching him play Subnautica. But he's such a scaredy cat of the Subnautica creatures. Which, to be fair, are nightmare fuel. I'm going to try something here with build mode vertical. Oh, I see. So you can stack multiples vertically. Okay. Default is just place one and no pulling it. Zoop is drag it. Okay. We're learning things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough concrete. How for plates? 65, pretty good. I think I might actually have to have this crisscross over because I don't want it on the left of this iron ore. Sorry, no, this is the copper ore. Maybe it doesn't matter. I could go under here then up there again. I'm probably just best off going all the way over. But just to remind myself, this is extra limestone. think I might be being stupid here because... Oh yeah, no, it's not this conveyor belt, that's iron ore. It's this conveyor belt that I needed to join to. And that might not actually be all that easy. So I'm going to need splitters and joiners. I think I might have the joiner over there. Have it come in from that side and this side, and then we'll go out into that bin. So all of that means I need to bring this underneath this one. And the spaghettification of our base continues. But don't you worry, lads, we're going to knock all this down. Do I have enough resources to actually start getting the biofuel production? 74. I've got another 4 minutes of power, so I'm probably alright. Concrete. You lads will be happy to know. Been playing a bit of Battle Brothers offline. Just practicing my early game with the peasants again. And I just need to download an auto pause mod. And then I think I'm ready to start recording for an offline campaign. One last hurrah. Wait, that's no good. I was going to say, does that not look right? That looks fine. Okay. Power generators can be on this side, I suppose. I mean, if I'm going to be entering on this side, I don't want to have to walk past all the... Well, what I want to be able to do is, like, if this is the front door, I come in here. Here's the output bin for the solid biomass. Grab it and run along this wall here. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4 and put them into my biomass burners. So go 1, 2. I think 3 to start because that's 90 megawatts. We're going to put them in sequence. I think we can actually put them in sequence. I kind of need to reverse engineer nothing. Wait, let me just think out loud about this. Come into my factory. Okay, we have bins here. Here's the input for this bin. This is the bin where I throw wood. Here's the bin where I throw leaves. And then here, with just a little bit of space, is the bin where I grab the completed biofuel. Rods. Ooh, I'm gonna have to move this up once I can build the walls. Curses. So, Patrick, you reckon my offline XCOM play was better than when was on stream? Yeah, I mean, like, not being funny, I mean, like, it takes a fair amount of mental bandwidth to stream and look at chat and talk, and you know, I have a smooth brain to begin with, so it ain't easy. Okay, so this constructor takes leaves and produces biomass, and this also produces biomass, and then these two need to join together and pipe into another constructor here, for which we need solid plates. 1 second. That's too tight. What's this lining up with? That one there. Okay. Right, so leaves go in here. Wood goes in here. You produce biomass out of leaves. You produce biomass out of wood. And then eventually, these two little burners will just be used to put power into these constructors in need whenever I need it. I actually need two. I'm going to need a third because now you've got two types of regular biomass, which is going to merge, and then that's going to get turned into solid biomass. Need some cables. And for reinforced iron plates, we need what, 24 screws. It's pretty close. We're pretty soon going to be able to switch over to this new power generation. Hang on, now this clipping is just dreadful. Well, this does mean that the copper production is going to go down while I clean this up. Goes in there. Okay, so two sets of biomass gets produced. It gets put into a single. Oh, curse this! There goes the power. This will produce solid biofuel. Gonna have to fix all this wiring. What a disaster. Oh, I can't even make solid biofuel yet. Wait, can I? I'm just stupid. I need to select solid biofuel. Okay, so that's behind some sort of tech thing. Okay, fair enough. I need to finish this milestone first by the looks of things. I think these petals burn slower. I think. Right, more rods and more plates. Excellent. Logistics. Ready for launch.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation.
So I need to merge.
The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Okay, so loads of biomass going in there. Right, and then after this, we are going to be able to start producing solid biomass. Excellent. Excellent. Oh no, wait a second. Silly. You can't hook them up in sequence. Okay, so these are going to be the 3 main ones now that run the base. Okay, so we're consuming 43, we have 100 megawatts capacity, producing exactly what we need. Max consumption is 65, it's surprisingly high. Power shouldn't go off now. But I'm going to get all 3 of these burning. I think I need to go grab more leaves. I just gotta get that damn chainsaw. I feel like, again, watching Day 9's playthrough of Raft really showed me that in these survival games, I think it's worth it stockpiling heavily on certain resources. Because he would constantly be on the brink of starving and dying of thirst. Die. Ooh, quartz. I'm gonna die here? I'm gonna die here. Okay, come on. Put your head in the game, Stobbs. Yeah. I'm at a 90 angle. Okay, fuck this. Cave. Now this might give us access to mycelia pretty soon. Let's take a look. Although there's going to be spiders in here, I don't want to fight spiders right now. That's big no thanks for me on the spiders. I want my rebar gun before I go in there against those spiders. Looks like the power's out. I guess I want about 100 biomass each in these. And honestly, I think I can actually switch off the 2 smaller ones. Yeah, they'll just use the 2 smaller ones. Consumption, what's production? 43 max. Production should be up to 90. I mean, I've got 3 30-watt biomass burners. Well, it's just scaling, I see. And max consumption is only at 65. Right. Now, what gives me solid biomass? I'm pretty sure. There we go. Cables, concrete, screws. Now that we can split, I can actually take the extra iron ore. I can just rejig this a little bit so that I can have, let's see here. Another constructor. I need another, be able to make another 2 constructors, I think. I need a constructor to do just screws. And I need a constructor to make just cable. So we'll split that copper ingot output into 2 assemblers. Cable's missing. Or did I not actually produce the reinforced? Didn't actually produce them. Dumbass. What I do want to think about is exactly how I what am I thinking about? Lost my train of thought. I need a splitter. Which gives me ingots, copper ingots in. Right, this is wrong. This is giving me wires and wires. I need to split after here. Dumbass. So in that case then, hang on, let's get this storage back up. So that if I have excess copper ingots that can actually sit in. And I have loads of copper ingots. So wires get turned into cables. Okay, so then what I should do instead is put the constructor here. That. And the splitter. What goes in? Orange goes in there. But it goes in its shape. Splitter. I think that's going to be fine. Yes. And then this one does cables from half of the wire output. Is there a power cable? I kind of wouldn't mind if the cables run back in here. And just for the sake of uniformity, I want to be able to keep coming to this area over here. I'm just running along the line here and grabbing everything I need. So for that, we're going to need some ugly conveyor belt action for the moment. Right, so cables, wires, plates, Concrete. Rods. I'm going to do a similar situation here. To start making screws. And let's do exactly what we did last time. Which is a splitter, I want to say. Splitter. Comes in from that side. Ooh, this is going to be tight and not very good. Ooh, it's going to have to go this side, but it works. Okay, good. So half goes into rods. These rods go into here. They become screws. I'm just looking at the alignment there. I don't think really there's any way that I can make anything fit like that. So. Clipping? I don't have any clipping. All we need now is power. Producing screws. Excellent. Plates. I'm going to try to keep a full stack of everything in the old inventory. Fine. Okay, so cable's going to take a while, as is the screws. Okay, so it looks like no biomass is actually sitting in there. Ooh, but can I get a stack of 200 biomass here every time? Yep, 100, 100. It's kind of convenient that this biomass can be halved into stacks of 100. 181, 200, 200. So that's 20 minutes of power, 20 minutes of power, 20 minutes of power. Okay, that's wood going in there. What do you have? Can I not give you anything? Not yet. Okay, I think let's go make some stuff by hand, just to move this process along, because we really are bottlenecking here. Let me just check my concrete optimization though, because we were only making 10 per minute. I don't think I joined that second concrete. Whoa! Down here! Fuck off! Poop on my things. Ah yes, I was waiting for a splitter. No, a splitter, a joiner. A merger. So I need a merger that can go in here. So I want the green to be facing that way, although height's going to be an issue. We've got two low ones currently. If this one was higher, it would be easier. So let's do that. shit, but now which iron ore? And this is iron ore. Good, now that's given me the space that I need for my merger, which is in line with this bin over here. Limestone in, limestone in, out. Oh, cases. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I thought that was going to make this conveyor belt actually disappear. Excellent. Okay, good. So now I have, well, technically 90 limestone coming in from the 2, but at least there is 60 coming in, which the assembler can then turn into 15 concrete per minute. No, there's 60 coming in and 45 being used. So I would need the third limestone source to even be able to get a second one on production. I think I might need to want to build the concrete by hand. Oh, God, this game is so peaceful. Love it. We need another 78 cables. And we've got 100. Excellent. Screws. Another 300 odd. Although we'd have to go all the way because the other machine was the assembling screws. I think I might as well make a couple reinforced iron plates because I'm going to need at least 2. I think maybe 4 for the chainsaw. Okay, just screws needed. First, I want to see how many I have stocked up. Just to remind myself, screws, wire, plates, concrete, rods, screws. And only much later, once I've got the mega factory with the foundations down, do I think then I'm going to start automating the level 2 resources. What I'd like to do is to make a level 2 manufacturing building with bins going into assemblers, and then you kind of like place orders for the composite materials where, like if I know that I want 100 iron plates, reinforced iron plates, I'll put all the plates that I need in one bin and all the screws I need in the other bin to complete that order. And that way I don't have to build separate assemblers for every level 2 resource. 45 more. Done.
Milestone reached. Biofuel will ensure maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, you are now
Okay,
capable
3
of
more
removing
reinforced
foliage that
plates.
consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
So I've got a few throughput inefficiencies in my production line currently, but I'm going to research overclocking, be able to maximize that. I needed 3 more reinforced plates. think I need loads of screws as well to make that chainsaw. Oh, but actually I need to start building solid biomass, because I can do that now. Solid biofuel. 120 per minute, so it can take 120 and puts out 60. So once I have level 2, okay, then that can actually increase that production rate. But at least that one isn't time sensitive. It's not like I absolutely need it reproducing at the exactly, you know, optimal rate. You can just leave it to process while you're out in the field doing other things, and then you go collect more solid biofuel when you need to refill your biofuel generators. If only there was a way to equally split the solid biofuel and have it automatically feed into the biofuel generators, which I don't think there is a way to do that. Chainsaw, we need 160 screws. Oh yeah, chainsaw time. Oh yeah, baby. It's chainsaw time. First and foremost, we want to get rid of all these horrible things about clipping our base. Oh. Sadly, it turns out you can't chainsaw those big bastards. Well, where is it? Oh, there it is. Anything else clipping through our base? Negative. Let's just head off in a direction and start cutting down everything. Actually, I might not even need to. I feel like I already have a fair amount of resources stacked up, but this is just fun. Chainsaw some shit. Okay, that'll do for now. I do look forward to be able to build walkways, so I can build walkways over those lines, because I am getting in the way there. I think this is wood. Yes, and this is leaves. Excellent. Okay, so power I think is sorted for the most part. What's next? A tier 1 field research. Give me screws. Well, I kind of just want to lay out this entire valley just with foundations. But I kind of feel like I might be better off just replacing a section of the base at a time. Like I need a space now for the MAM, but I'm wondering whether I reconstruct the hub and reconstruct all of this stuff on top of foundations. I think I don't. I think we consider the bounds of the mega base to be starting slightly off. Maybe you do a modular thing. We just start doing 5x5 grids, and then we can join them into a mega base. That might be better. Yeah, and that's actually going to be easier because in the long run, once I have my little vehicle, the Explorer, that lets me drive around. if I leave space between the buildings, I can like drive between my buildings. And I can probably also put those little vacuum tubes. So if I want to go to the power station, just get in the power station vacuum tube. Sounds pretty pointless. Let's do it.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons. Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
3, 5.
The map has been unlocked.
Sweet, you just get the map. Awesome. 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, three, four, 5. I'm going to turn these into little ramps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, have we got an extra bit of foundation? I think we do. And then the ramps will mark where I need to walk up, or drive up, as it were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5. I think I'm going to rebuild the workbench and the equipment workshop as well. So imagine you walk in here. I'm going to use the most, probably the MAM, which will go here. Crafting bench. Equipment workshop. And hopefully I can just walk up here. Bam. Okay, good. Excellent. It's quite pleasing. That. Just in time to choose the next milestone. Excellent. Okay, so nice to see I've got water quite close. That's going to be useful much later on. Okay, so on tier 2, part assembly. That could be useful. Jump pads, nah. The awesome shop, not exactly. Logistics Mark 2. Let's go part assembly. Cables, wires, damn. Okay. Well, I'm not going to need wires, am I? That's enough plates. Rods. I'm going to need to increase the screw and wire production. So 60 in, 30 out. We're only producing 30 because I'm not taking 60 in, I'm taking 30 in. This is taking 15 in. So I actually is producing 30 per minute. And I actually needed to produce 90 per minute. And then 60 to go there and 30 to go here. Just for the moment, I don't think I need more wires, so let's allow the full 60 go here. $30 per minute wires. 60 per minute wires. Okay, so it actually needs to be fed by 2 wire producers. Okay, this needs to be rejigged, but it will be rejigged at some point. Right, so we are good for plates. A fair amount of concrete. I think this calls for a spot of exploration. Let's just top up the generators. And, you know, I can see myself coming up here quite often. I need 600 of this to be able to put 100 biofuel into each. Split this till I get 5. Keep that. Split this till we get 10. But more's coming in all the time, so that's the problem. Yeah, I don't want to give 120, I want to give 100. 60, 30, 15 will do. But that then means that the remainder of the biomass needs to get thrown in here. Although what I could do is I could just back up the backup generators with biomass. Let's see, 4 per minute, we have 98. That's about half an hour. It's half an hour. Oh, did I see a blue power slug? I thought I saw a power slug. Ooh, we can do walls. Excellent. Space elevator we won't do anytime soon. For the MAM, I just need reinforced plates. I could actually start researching pretty soon. But let's just clean as we go. Oh, whoopsie. I want to find a power slug. Oh, and I need to see if I can produce beacons yet. Because I want to make sure I have beacons on me when I go out to explore. And let's get in the habit of making our lives easier to get around. As soon as I started doing this in Satisfactory, it started getting surprisingly a lot more fun. I'm embarrassed to admit how long it took me to realize I can just build ramps and foundations everywhere. This can't be a little screwy. Yeah. It's ugly as hell, but it works. Oh, there's the power slug. If you cut down a tree that a power slug is on, you get the power slug. Oh, I've got limestone out of that tree. What? I think let's go build the MAM when we get back. It'll give our production time to catch up on what we need for the next Next tech progression, or next milestone rather. Power slide. Looks like the jungle biome is off that way. But I don't see myself just heading off in a random direction trying to find stuff. Like I say, first until I have beacons so that I can mark certain resource nodes as I find them. But also because I'm generally going to use the milestones and the scannability of certain resources. So let me go look for them rather. I should probably build a bridge across this valley. And a way to get down here. No rods. Whoa, that's high. So this is going to be the routine for quite a while. Go out, explore, chopping stuff down as you go. Get back to base, throw your wood and your leaves into the bins just to make sure the biomass keeps flowing. Wires. Sorted. Well, I think we're going to need a few more screws by hand just to get this milestone. I think we've done like all level 2. Wait, these don't need to be on. 73 consumption, 69 production, but yeah, we have 90 megawatts sitting in those 3 biomass burners. What am I missing? Just 105 screws. Ooh. Part assembly done.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Okay, so some reinforced plates, some cables. So screws. Give me... I always want enough concrete on me. More plates. I think the next thing I want to produce after I finish the R&D block is the level 2 materials block. Okay, what do we need? More reinforced plates. For that I need more screws. Excellent. Is the man powered? I don't think it is. I want to build it so far out of line that I can't put a wall there. Although, yuck. As you lads know, this needs to be perfectly in line. Okay, ma'am, what you got for us? Alien organisms. Ooh. Hog research. Hatcher research. Stinger research. Spitter research. Nutrients. That should help us produce that inhaler, I think, that heals you.
New recipe unlocked.
Ooh, overclock production.
New research available in the MAM. New object added to the object scanner.
Bacon agaric. Agaric. Where did we get that? Ooh, bioorganic properties. Organic data capsule. Righto, so to keep everything nice and uniform and on a grid, I should probably use the same measurement tool to make the other blocks that I did these. And what I did was, so I had 2 rows of foundations. That was just a measuring tool. Although I wonder if I can reproduce all of this here on a 5x5, but I don't think I will. I think I'll do 5x5 blocks where one will be all iron products, one will be all copper products. We'll split them up. We can do like a skyscraper, like level 1 is iron, level 2 is copper, so on and so forth. Although we can do an even bigger. We can do a 12x12 with all level 1 processing on floor 1, level 2 on level 2 processing on level 2, so on and so forth. Yeah. Is that 3, 4? 3, 4, 5. So I think just for the purposes of uniformity, a standard 5x5 will be 5x5 with these little ramps in all the corners. Just to make getting up easier. Although, I think once I have my vehicle, I don't think I'll be able to drive it between these, but we'll cross that ramp when we get to it. Okay, assembling. So for assembling you need 2 sets of bins for each one. Let's say in line like that. But actually each one could be lined up on its own foundation. And then so an assembler requires reinforced iron plates and rotors. But basically the idea will be we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bins like this with 2 assemblers. I need to sort my power grid though. It's a 4x4, is it? So all of the 19 megawatts that we have going out is coming out through this wire. And then it's splitting on that one. that should be everything back on now. Let's just restart. Okay, so what has that done for me? That should have opened up power to this building. This is kind of a mess. So these wires are the backup biofuel burners into the main grid, and then this joins the main grid there. This goes off. This takes all the power to all processing. This takes the power to... Oh, wait a second. I think what I can do to make this easier is... See, all of the power for this here can actually go onto the backup jennies. What do I even need the backup jennies for anymore? It's just a straight closed loop now where everything's getting powered off of these these 90 megawatts. And if I need more solid biofuel, I just need to get these biofuel reactors running again, which will then make more biofuel. Okay, don't need this stuff. So this block there. So these are like my street level power cables. So if particular buildings inside this block need power, they can just run off here. And then we can make another one of these to this side, which runs off like that. This power cable could be brought into line, but it's fine. Jump pads, kind of useless for now. Resource sink is only for once I have excess resource production, which I don't really have. So let's go logistics Mark 2. Although I need to build the things that I need for assemblers. Hog protein, interesting. What does that do? Ground down alien remains in a neat little package, used for medical purpose and to research alien organisms. Oh, that's right. Now I can turn slugs into power now. Modular frames I don't need just yet. Which one gives me the ability to make rotors? So I cannot produce rotors by hand. I think it has to be assemblers. You know, I could move the hub over here, or I could just make the crafting bench. Pop a crafting bench right here. Such a weak little dribble of resources coming out of all this stuff. Okay, so what am I building next? An assembler, at least one. So I've got I need 4 rotors. Let's start with 8 reinforced iron plates. And then I can use assemblers to make reinforced iron plates and rotors. Four rotors. Done. Okay, so the assembler. Wait a second, let's look up here. So I want the assembler pretty much equidistant between these two things. Looks okay. I'm going to have to start thinking about my overall power consumption at some point. So this is going to make, let's say, reinforced iron plates. So we throw iron plates in there, we throw screws in here. We tell this thing to make reinforced iron plates. And we plop down a bin, for which I need more plates. So it comes in here. Yes, hang on, we'll put the output of it sort of towards the middle of the building. So when you come in here, you can have two bins like this here. Throw things in there, bam, they come out here, and then we replicate that here. Though, I'm not so certain I can actually manage that now. Alrighty, reinforced iron plates coming out of there. 2, 3, 4. How many do we have? We need 8 to make the next assembler. 60 per minute, 5 per minute. I'm definitely going to want to supercharge with batteries. And we're going to just supercharge the biomass burners. I'm pretty sure I can double the output. I'm fairly certain that I could get 60 megawatts out of each biomass burner if I overclock it enough. But that does mean that it's going to consume a hell of a lot of biomass. Rotors. For rotors we need screws and we need, what's the other thing, rods. Quite pleased with my little base so far. It's going okay. Excellent. That was a good looking. Max consumption 88. Okay, so I'm gonna have to either add more biomass burners. Either got to do that. Only to supercharge the ones we have already. That's going to take slugs. Gah, one plate. We had literally enough. Nope, that's going the wrong way. Oh no, it was the correct way. So the current setup does kind of lack scalability in that... Does it lack scalability? No, hang on. I could make another floor here. I would need somewhere to get up, but I can just build another one of these. So like imagine you can have 2 sets of assemblers, or 2 assemblers on every floor, and if I need, am I going to need more than 4 assemblers? I mean, I suppose so. In theory I would need as many assemblers as there are tier 2 items to build. But this one does rotors, screws and rods. This being off-center makes me sad. Anyway, 50 iron plates we're going to need. So anything that I can fulfill here fairly easily on these logistics Mark II requirements. Not really. I need to give this time to build up slowly. I mean, it is slowly, unfortunately. So hang on, so I need screws for rotors and for iron plates. Reinforced iron plates, I believe so. I think it's time to do some exploring. We could head off into that cave, but I think what I really want is a couple power slugs. I can turn into batteries. Because I'm just a little concerned at how my power might be bottlenecking soon. What's up, JM? Welcome, buddy. So what can I scan for? Iron, copper, and limestone so far. And remember, always we are going to clear cut as we go. Because fuck nature. I do know that there's that yellow power slug off in the distance there, but getting through all that poison is quite problematic. You need an inhaler or at least some pale berries to be able to munch on while you take all that damage. So I'd like to be able to scan to find power slugs. But I'm not exactly sure offhand which technology that sits behind. But I mean, if I just keep clear cutting in a larger and larger circle around the base, eventually we'll find other resources like coal. What's it? Caterium ore. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, you fucker. Where's your carapace? There it is. Oh, sweet water. Is this going to be enough water to be able to pump? Because if it is, that is wonderful news. The fact that it's that close. And I think there are loads of pale berries here. Oh, awesome. I hope I can cultivate pale berries at some point. Ow! You bastard. There's in the water. Lol. Yeah. Exploring time. That's what it is. No, wait. Don't explore yet. Go build beacons, because I'm going to be so gutted if I... No, wait a second. Are nodes actually going to appear? Oh, never mind. I don't even need beacons. I can just pop down these indicators. How does one remove? Remove stamp. Ah. Okay. And the map's awesome. Geez, like, update 6 is incredible. Like, it's done so much quality of life. I mean, the last bit that I was playing was an update 5 where I was having to manually craft beacons and plant them down and name them to find particular resources. You know, I'm going to sound like a boomer when I say update 6 people are spoilt. Never had to work for anything in their lives. Ooh, what's this? Caterium ore.
New technologies can be developed based on this new, superconductive, gold-like element, primarily in power and electronics. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
That's good, but what I really want to find is the raw version of it. Can I scan for it yet? No. Ooh. Spitter. Kill there. Ooh. Give me your guts. I'm not exploring very well, am I? Let's keep heading north. I see what looks like an enormous body of water off here. Is it going to be just over a cliff? No, it's not. Cool, so all the water we're possibly going to need we can pump from over here. So now, honestly, what I want to find is ore deposits like caterium or coal, sulfur. Also, this appears to be like a little paleberry grove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. That's almost enough to heal myself full. I think that's worthy of marking on the map, don't you think? Okay, what do we have here? Let's put plants there. What type of plant? Highlight stamp. Question mark. Ah, look at that power slug, plants. Well, I mean, it's cool to know that the actual manual beacons that you plant can still be useful. Because if I find a particular resource, I can mark it like that, but it's not quite that specific. Whereas if I add the actual beacon, I can name it and then see it up on my HUD. And I think that I could actually highlight this on my HUD, can I not? Highlight stem. Ah, there it is. Okay, we're still heading north, are we? Whoa. There is that cave in the valley near our base, so we could go explore, but I really don't want to get involved with spiders right now. It's dead. Antico's house is studying. Good. Good. Oh, what is that? Don't be a spider. I don't like the spiders in this game. He says as he ventures deeper and deeper into the cave. Just another spitter. What are we going to find in here? I would imagine mycelia, but I do need these bacon agaric for research. Game's pretty. A summer sloop.
Relaying message. Hello, this is Paternal Figure. I have taken ill and need your
Paternal
help
Figure.
to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
Can these be chainsawed? Negative. Am I carrying 2,500 leaves? I am. What a leaf chad. I just thought I'd check whether I can cut these down. Ooh, you can. What's this? Mycelia. Excellent. Thought so.
The mycelia within this fungus suggest strong molecular bonding features frequently observed in adhesives and medicine, both beneficial for field research. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
It feels like we've made cracking progress in the stream. We're coming up on 2 hours now. And, okay, there's too many baddies here. Let's run away bravely. I'm gonna fall off a cliff. Do I have enough entrails to research then? Where are my entrails? 1, 4. Probably gonna need about 6 to research them. So maybe I should kill one more of these spitters. No, fuck that. Let's go back. Where shall we head to? I think I want to finish exploring here. Oh, slug. Excellent. Oh. Why? Fucker. So this poisonous stuff usually has a yellow slug somewhere in the middle of it. I don't see one here. I think let's go drop off the resources we've gathered, go see how much we've produced while we've been gone. Ooh. Aha! Slug. This little canyon that goes into our base, I'm hoping is going to reliably produce quartz crystals for us. Look at that, raw quartz and a slug. There it is. No, you fucker.
This mineral shows purity levels akin to synthetic quartz manufactured on Earth, and can be used to improve communication and exploration technologies. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Yes, but can I scan for it? I need to get that little scanner thing. Still only iron, copper, and limestone. What is that? Nothing. mycelia. I like the idea of chainsawing giant mushrooms. Yummy. There's going to be something terrifying in here, isn't there? Ah, out of fuel. So these things, I take it, give you messages that like to do with the story. Harvest. Summer sloop. Work in progress.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Boy, this is just going to take me down to, yeah, the other side where I went in. I'm fairly certain I came into this cave the other way last time. Right, back to base. Ew. This is giving me slight Subnautica vibes with the way it looks. And if any game gives you Subnautica vibes, that game's doing well. Oh, my little factory. I like you, my little factory. What we're going to do next, I think I might want to use this iron ore node. Because rods and screws are not being made effectively. Currently we have 60 coming in, 30 being used, so I could make another smelter, which would mean we'd have 60 per minute of ingots. That means I could run 4 of these. I think I can and I should actually just duplicate this. Adding another assembler, because this one's doing only iron rods. I should have another one that instead of splitting here, taking half of its output to screws, I should have an entire second one going out to screws. I think let's work on doing that next. That's going to probably double our screw output. Cables we don't need, wires we don't need. I was looking at the logistics. 300 plates. Kitty, you scared me. Nina, come here. Here comes the hardest stream. Come, Kitty. No. Kitty does not want to be seen. Okay, we need to make plates. And for that we require a lot of reinforced iron plates. We need screws and regular plates. But it looks like we ran out of power. One, 2, 3, and 1 for my own fuel. So now I should be able to throw in 200 there. But I'm actually struggling for space in the old inventory. Oh yeah, that is going to make a shitload of solid biomass. $200, 200, 200. 4 per minute, so that's almost an hour's worth in each. And here's even the next hour's worth. And there's going to be a whole lot more coming. Let's do some research. Organisms. Stinger. Spitter research. Bacterium. I should be able to scan for it.
New resource added to the resource scanner.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Mycelia. Fabric for parachutes. Toxic cellular modification. A gas novelist. Medical properties. Interesting. Nutrients. Nutritional processor. Which later on. Power slugs. Slug scanning. Can't afford. We need screws. Overclock production. Quartz. And if quartz can be scanned for as well now, that'll be pretty good. Shatter rebar. Oh look, so it becomes like a shotgun. Cool. New shop products. Quartz crystal. Silica. Oh, Blade Runners, those are brilliant. Need more quartz crystals. Okay, so how far for Caterium? Although noting that I think you have to use hand miners. So 584 meters, not far. Until you can produce TNT, you can... I think that, well, the only node I've found so far with Caterium had rocks on it that I had to blow up first. 1,500 meters for quartz, that's not too far away. Aha, object scanner. We need reinforced iron and screws. Make some beacons real quick. I really want to make the object scanner. Screws. Was it 50 of them? And reinforced iron plate. Well, I should have reinforced iron plate here. 19 of them. The rotors I don't think got produced yet. For rotors we need rods and screws. I need a lot more screws. We absolutely need to fix our screw production, but for that I need a constructor, which I have the elements for. Okay, let's fix this screw production screw up. So this can be 100% of this one going to rods. But I think here's where the splitter needs to come in. And I'm not certain that I'm going to have space for that. Because we need another 2 constructors actually. One that produces just rods, and then this one produces the screws. I'm going to power all these buggers. It's 4 of 4. I need one that's 3 of 3. 3 or 4 rather. 3 or 4. There we go. So, rods. Wait, don't I have a separate rod production? I do not. So this one will become screws. But that then means I'm going to have a unrealistically twisted. Can I make this turn? I can make this turn. Excellent. So you, Mr. Constructor, are going to do screws only. And you are going to do rods. Now all I need to do is split this. But that's going to mean pushing back this container here. And potentially losing a lot of resources. So. What do we lose? Oh, interesting. So you just get... Ah. Did not know that. Is that going to work? It's a lot of iron ingots. It's pretty great that it doesn't just destroy the materials. It just makes a little box on the floor for you. Right, so 15 per minute, 15 per minute. 15 is coming in, 15 is going out. Could I actually feed 10 per minute? 40 per minute. Okay, this, once it can be overclocked, will increase the rate at which... So 15 are coming out here, 10 are going in there. This is going to back up eventually, but that's fine. But 60 coming in here, 30 and 30. That's also going to back up. That's fine. Okay. I still think I'm going to need to produce a lot of screws by hand. Rods. 300 there, but for rotors, what do I need? I need rods and screws, I think. I'm getting distracted. I was going to make an object scanner. This is the regular old build things bench. Tool bench, object scanner, 1. I should probably build a bunch of portable miners as well if I want to go find that Caterium. I think you can fit like 5 or 6 of those miners on a node. Object scanner. No, let's build some power cells. Not too sure what this protein does. Can you eat it? No. It's used for research, it looks like. Celia. Actually, this we can do real quick. Wasn't there biomass sitting in these backup burners? 12 more biomass. These are kind of useful to be able to run back and forth from the two buildings so close together. That was under nutrients, wasn't it? No. Mycelia. Fabric analysis complete. Parachute, good. Synthetic polyester fabric. What is that? Polymer resin, used for crafting. A byproduct of oil refinement into fuel, commonly used to manufacture plastics. And we can get an expanded tool belt with fabric and rotors. fabric and cable lets us build parachutes. Ugh. Can I build personal storage yet? I can. It's a things that I don't quite know what to do with yet, or that I think might be useful in research. I'm going to just chuck in this box. So things like the quartz we can't use yet, flowers we can't use, that we can't use, that we can't use. If I research overclocking, which is under quartz, I believe. No. Power slugs. Okay, so I think I can overclock now. Slug scanning requires another 45 screws, which I think may well be worth it. Because that way then we can just go find slugs actively. Oh, look at the time. I need to stop soon. Yellow power shards. Can I throw extra biomass in here? No. Extra wood? None. Get rid of that. Oh, the mycelia probably should have gone in the personal storage there. Okay, that will keep. Don't need the bacon agaric right now. I did research it, didn't it? Nutrients, agaric, yep. We'll use the pale berries to heal. This is freeing up more inventory space. This is good stuff. Deuterium ore, limestone can just be chucked. A random miner. Let's build hand miners. I think 6 of them. Once I have 6 of them, we'll go find the Deuterium node. And then occasionally we'll just run back and forth. I think 5 actually will be fine, because I can do 500 Deuterium ore at a time. Which I think we will do as a goal for the next stream. Okay, what can I scan for? Slugs, summer sloop, mercer spheres, mushrooms, that's useful. Oh. But this is going to take me to the nearest one, isn't it? Which is this one up here. Curses. How about nearest mushroom? Out of range. Mercer sphere. Very faint, but that way. So we'll go on a mission to find the Deuterium. So that's the nearest 570. That way. Okay. I need to stop. Thanks for watching, lads. It's been a good 2-hour stream. God, the time has flown by. So what do we achieve in this stream? I think a fair amount. I mean, none of this was here. We started with just this little bit of manufacturing now. Now we've got cables, we have wires, we have concrete, we have plates, we have rods, we have screws, fairly optimized. We have 19 megawatts of power going into the grid, which is centralized. We have solid biofuel production. Leaves go in here, wood goes in there. Raw biofuel then goes into that constructor, which makes solid biofuel. We've made an R&D block with the MAM. There's a little workbench there as well, and a tool bench as well. The first 2 assemblers have been built as well. This one is going to crank out iron plates, reinforced iron plates. And this one's going to crank out rotors. Out of interest sake, we've got 20 reinforced iron plates. Up to 33 already. What do I need here? I just need, if I throw in loads of iron plates, we can get some more reinforced iron plates made. Like this. And then I would need loads of screws and loads of rods to get rotors going. But before we go and do some exploring, I think it'll be a good idea just to fill up this assembler so that it can make rotors while we're gone. But I suspect we're going to be going over. Yeah, max consumption is 106, capacity is 90, so I'm going to need to turn on the backup generators. So that now takes us up to 130 megawatts max. I think it's fine. I don't want to have to use these all the time, but I should actually be able to start overclocking my power production here now. Excellent. Okay, so max consumption 107, production is 69, but nice. Production is going to go up to meet the max consumption. So for rotors, you need what? Screws and rods, eh? Iron rods and screws. Okay, good. So this is going to make a fair amount of rotors, and the other one will make a fair amount of reinforced rods. When we come back, we will head off and go find the Caterian. We'll slap down a beacon there, and we'll slap down those miners. Good progress. Excellent. Oh god, there goes damn power. What happened? I thought we had loads. Don't tell me one of these three ran out. There's no ways. I had 50 minutes. 50 minutes worth. It's 200 in there, 200 in there. It's 149, 149, 149. So why did it crash? Have we exceeded capacity? But I thought that the grid can just take as much as you can throw into it. One of your power grids is shut down. I mean, I only have one power grid. I'm guessing it's usually the assemblers, which are the high power draw units, that are causing the problem. 15 megawatts. Just out of curiosity, if I were to take the assemblers off the grid, I'm going to have to build more biofuel reactors, I reckon. But I thought that I had plenty of production. I don't know why it's tripping. So max consumption is 77. Production is going to get up there. Why is production falling so low? I mean, these are 30 megawatts each. Although look here, it says capacity 90 megawatts. Wait, I must have made an error then when I plugged in these backup gens. No power. I fucking didn't turn them on. I'm such a moron. Oh my god. I deserved that foul trumpet. And with that, let's end the stream. Right, why are you not producing more? I need more screws. Oh god, one last thing. One quick last thing. Evening Griff, just in time for me to end the stream, I'm afraid. I need to go. It's a work night. I need to be in the office early tomorrow. Okay, reinforced iron plates going, rotors going, all the basic materials going, power plant is up and running, R&D is running. I think by the time we come back on from the Caterium mission, we should have the reinforced iron plates we need, plus the concrete, plus the rods and the plates to get to Logistics Mark 2. I want to grab that slug. I might actually just do something like that. I think I'll be able to go grab that slug. Should I quickly go grab it? Let's go grab it. One last thing. It's like one more turn the whole time instead of 5. I'm going to stop any second. Quickly. Yeah. That was easy. But now that I've got this yellow slug, I need to go research it real quick. Wait, I'm going to get at the shortcuts in the bottom right. H. To put away your... Oh, that's quite clever, because they can get in the way a lot of times. 25 rotors. I wouldn't think the rotors would be ready yet. Four of them. Okay, so for the 5th time now, it's in the damn stream. V for scan, Caterium. It's off that way. Now with Caterium getting introduced here into the basic processing, I think maybe what might be a worthwhile objective for this stream when we come back is just to rejig this basic. Because it's all just on one level. I want to make it multiple levels. I'm gonna have to remove all of it, and I think I'll do a standard 5x5, iron production on one level, limestone on the next one, copper on the one above that, Caterium above that. That could look horrendous. I can't wait to do it. Cool. What's tonight? Wednesday night. Thanks for watching, friends, and I shall see you all tomorrow night. I'm thinking 8 p.m. Central European Standard Time, but that depends on how much attention the missus and the kids need, but I might pop on earlier, I don't know. See you lads then. Take it easy.